Today I'm going to talk about social media etiquette, especially when it comes to Christians. And and I normally make videos way ahead of time and then I post them later on, but I just thought this deserves a more urgent sharing. But social media etiquette, the problem right now, especially when it comes to this generation, is we grew up with the internet. Well, not my generation, but the generation after me. We grew up with the internet and we think that the world is our stage. Everybody got a platform because of the internet. And because of that, we feel sometimes, not just sometimes, many times we feel that the world owes us its attention, when actually it does not. Now, when it comes to Christians, this becomes very, very tricky. Why? Because many times, Christians change doctrinal positions, right? From Calvinist to Arminian, from Pentecostal to cessationist, from dispensational to New Covenant theology, from post-mill to amill, things like that. Christians change doctrines from time to time. Now, if a Christian decides that he or she doesn't want to talk to people, doesn't want to allow comments, just decided, hey, you know what? I've discussed this with several people online, offline, in public, in private, in the comment section, in private sections, and I got so many responses already, I'm done with it, then they're done with it. The trick is to see social media as a kind of house, right? If someone posts something, even if it's set on public, it doesn't give you the right to demand that person's attention and demand that that person engage with you if the person doesn't want to. Just like a house with windows, you can actually choose to click unfollow so you don't see anymore. Because a lot of times people say, oh, they posted it in public, that means they should want engagement. Not necessarily. Posting it in public simply means they have the freedom of expression, and you also have the freedom to unfollow them if you get triggered. If they are posting if they're not tagging you, they're not posting on your wall, they're not tagging you, they're not clicking your stuff, your page, your wall, that means they're talking about stuff in their own digital house. You're the one looking over the fence, over the wall, looking into their window, intentionally looking at what they're doing and saying, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. You're not supposed to do that. That's none of your business. Now, additionally, if you've got fellow Christians telling you to contact that other person in his or her own home or house, digital house, saying, tell that guy to talk to us, tell that girl to talk to us, mind your own business. Just mind your own business. Don't do it. If it's none of your business, it's none of your business. For all you know, they've had communications already and they have, they're just done. They're just done talking and one person is still not done. It's like, I want more communication. Don't. Just mind your own business and let them do their thing. Leave them to their privacy. Why? Because it's their wall. It's their digital house. Here's another problem. A lot of times what happens is we think that we have the wisdom and the words and we're so smart and that, we can say exactly the right words to convince others of our position. You know what? We're not that wise. We're not that smart. Many times we should just shut up, Like, for example, I upload these rants. I'm not going to tag people and say, look at this, read this, listen to me, engage with me, It's their right. If you don't want to listen to my stuff, you don't have to. Right? I'm not going to tag you guys or whatever. So same thing. And here's the additional thing. Many times, a lot of Christians feel that, they're so real and sincere with their intentions. And you're just wondering, why does that guy not want to talk to me? Why does that girl not allow any engagement on her wall? Why am I not given attention? Well, maybe you're not really as wise as you think. Maybe you're annoying. Maybe you're obnoxious. Maybe you're frustrating. And even if, let's say, you're not, even if, let's say, you're wise and smart, your tone is great, you're so gracious and patient, maybe the other person has had this conversation with 1,000 other people and you're 1,781. Right? And they're just tired and they're not, into this topic to talk about it with people. Maybe they just want to express themselves and not engage with anyone. And that's none of your business. It's really not. Now, if you say, well, they're saying stuff against my beliefs. So many people say stuff against your beliefs all the time. Unfollow. right? If you can't take the stuff, the trigger, just unfollow them. Remain friends, but unfollow. That way you don't get triggered, you don't get angry, you keep the friendship. And it's not like, come on, guys, as Christians, you know, I'd understand if they're leaving the faith. I'd understand if they say that, you know, I no longer believe Jesus is Lord. I believe Jesus and Satan were brothers. I believe Jesus was not God. You know, things like, if they say that, then I understand you've got more concern, especially if they're good friends. But hey, if they're not leaving the faith, if they're not becoming heretics, if they're not blaspheming God, if they're just changing one doctrinal position to another, one systematic theology to another, and it's not heretical or blasphemous, guys, come on, chill, all right? Just chill. This is how we as Christians can actually learn to respect one another, respect each other's privacy, respect each other's own business, and you don't want people to harass you, right? You don't want people to force you to talk to them, and then if you say no, they send other people knocking on your digital doorstep, sending private messages, hey, talk to us, talk to us, talk. Dudes, seriously, just, you might not think of it, but this can be harassment. And so we have to learn to respect one another's boundaries here, right? Now, I hope this was helpful. I know this is short. This is an actual real rant, because I'm so sick and tired of Christians on social media thinking that the world and other Christians owe them attention when they really don't. And then they say stuff like, oh, it's out of concern, it's out of love. If you're harassing someone, if you're making memes about others, if you're making posts that you know will agitate other Christians to pressure, you know, other brothers and sisters in the Lord, pressuring them, you know, to the point of harassment, or to the point where it becomes toxic and they're bombarded with like 1,000 comments, 1,100, you know what? Just don't. Do unto, remember, what does Jesus say? Do unto others what you want others to do unto you. You wouldn't, if you're studying an issue, a doctrinal thing, and you have decided that this is something you don't want to talk about for the moment, and you're changing positions because of certain reasons, the last thing you want is for people to bombard you nonstop, to make your social media walls toxic to the point that you can't even hear yourself think because everyone's just so noisy. You don't want that done to you. You'd rather prefer, and you know, a lot of people will say, oh, that's not true. That's not true. The truth is, you know, I want people to talk to me. I want people to bombard me. That's not true. Come on, guys. Really, you're lying. The truth is, you'd rather have your own time, your own space, and when you're ready, you would hope that people would talk to you in a gracious, patient way, not forcing you, but respecting your boundaries and respecting you as a person, and not attacking you personally, not using ad hominems, but slowly, gently talk to you about these doctrines when you're ready. That's really the truth. So treat people the way you want them to treat you. I hope this was helpful. God bless.